Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? It's Lisa with Heart of Inspiration. Hello, Aquarius. Let me see if I can't get this a little bit better here. Y'all, I'm so sorry about all that y'all seeing up here. How are y'all doing tonight? This is going to be the March Aquarius Sun, Moon, and Rising reading for March 2021. We're going to talk a little bit about the astrology, and then we're going to pull a few cards, some oracle, and some tarot. Okay, and this is really meant again. At this channel, we're helping you lead a whole and healed, peaceful, and prosperous life. How is everybody doing? Okay, so again, do not pay attention to all the shenanigans you see up top because, oh, goodness me. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Good gravy. Oh, that's why. All right, so, okay, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to be all right. I'll be all right. We'll have the computer back hopefully tomorrow. All right, Aquarius, March, right? March of 2021. This 2021 has already been quite interesting for you all, hasn't it? You had some really interesting conjunctions. Hey, Lori, good evening. Had some very interesting conjunctions in your sign. Um, you really propelled us into 5D living. You propelled us into what the 5D is going to look like, or at least gave us a glimpse into it. In Aquarius, we found a new structure. We found a new foundation. We found a new life. We found that we're the individual that's part of the collective, and that we each have a very integral part in that collective, and in raising the collective consciousness of humanity. And because of that, I feel like Aquarians, you especially have gone through a lot because you've kind of been both the foundation and the catalyst for how all of us are now realizing and recognizing that we're a part of the all, that we are part of this collective group, that we are all part of the universe equally, and that we came, right? We've understood that we have been divine, right? That we are divine and that we come from the divine. But this 5D revelation in Aquarius has really, I believe, we've elevated. We've gone up to new levels. Okay. Now, March, though, is the significant month as it is the beginning of the astrological year. It is the beginning of the zodiac year. It's the beginning of spring. This is a time of rebirth and renewal. So I want to do with some of the astrology for March. And first up, of course, is going to be March 12th or 13th, depending upon where you're at in the world. And that then is the new moon. At the time of the new moon, we are going to have a stellium. And that stellium is going to be the sun and the moon conjunct, and then Venus and Neptune conjunct as well. And all four then are conjunct with one another because they're all within a few degrees of each other. That is going to be significant for you because, as I've been saying with all of the zodiac, the, you know, the 5D is really about what our third dimensional selves would call dream state, right? The 5D is all, it's energy, but it's energy that's not in 5D and higher, but it's not coagulated, or it's not stagnant, or it's not showing up as solid matter. It's very quickly moving and very quickly shifting. And because it is moving and shifting and fluid, that can feel, again, like a dream state. So for Aquarians to kind of tap into the dream rather than tapping into what they know as third dimensional knowledge is a challenge. You all have higher dimensional thought and kind of a global consciousness, what's really good for all. However, what can be challenging is getting to that more watery, that more fluid, that more touchy feely dream. and not applying the logic to it. So I'm going to encourage you at the new moon to take the dream and apply and do apply a little bit of logic, but not too much. In other words, you've been given a future sight, and I need you to grab a hold of that future sight, Aquarians, and I need you to take that and I need you to then integrate that into your being, into this new foundation that you've helped us begin to achieve with Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury still in your sign at the time of the new moon. So this is still a time where you can really, really hone in and clarify what it is that truly is in your heart. And when I say truly in your heart, I mean in your higher self heart. Okay? In your higher self heart. So tap into spirit. This is going to be definitely higher thought time. This is going to be definitely a time for higher, for meditating and going higher and going deeper and hearing from spirit directly. I also believe that you, like a couple other signs, are going to have access to new ancestors that you have had access before, new goddesses that you haven't had access to before, new spirit guides. I think your spiritual team is also going to get a little bit of a makeover. So don't be surprised. But your intention should be at this point in time, especially when we have Uranus, your home planet, still in Taurus, and it's squaring the sun, the moon, the rising, and it's squaring all of this other, the Saturn and the Jupiter and the Mercury energy there. So it's still, even though you're fixed air, it's catapulting you and challenging you to revolutionize your very thought, to revolutionize how you've been viewing the world. So allow that revolution to happen and allow yourself to tap into that new way, okay? Into this new insight and new forethought, okay? Also, you're going to have Mars in Gemini, trining, again, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and trining the stellium we have with Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury all in Aquarius. That's giving us that masculine energy we need to kind of fertilize our dream and make them come true into creation. So that's giving us the go ahead and the like, let's do this now energy, rather than waiting, okay? Rather than having to figure it all out and fix it all up pretty like. It's saying, do it now, let's go, okay? So that's that, and the intention we're setting is what are we going to put into action here and set forward during the rest of the zodiac year of 2021. The other date I want us to think about is the spring equinox that is occurring on the 21st of March. Now, when the spring equinox begins on the 21st, the moon will be in Gemini, and then it's going to kind of quickly move into Cancer very shortly thereafter, still in the morning time. So at the beginning, it's going to be like the feelings are going to be like, okay, I got this, and maybe a little bit, I got this, but a little like, okay, not quite sure how am I really going to implement it. And then it's going to move, and the moon then moves home into Cancer, and then we're really able to integrate what this is that we're birthing, right? What this new thing is that is coming up to the surface. Spring is all about those seedlings. The seeds are planted, they're watered, they're sun, that's great, da, da, da. And then that seedling fights to get to the top. So with the sun and Venus then at 0 degrees Aries at the time of the equinox, conjunct, and then that will be sextiling your sun, your moon, your rising, and also sextiling Jupiter and Saturn in your in Aquarius still. That's fantastic energy to put things into motion. Really get in deep, that fifth dimensional thought. What are you creating? You're creating what you were incarnated here to do. You're creating the world you were incarnated here. You came here to live. We came here to manifest. We came here to create. That's why we came here as humans. So let's put that energy into action. And then with Mercury having moved into Pisces by that time, along with Neptune there in Pisces. It's going to give voice, right? It's going to give voice to the dream. It's going to give voice to the creation. It's going to give voice to what's in the ethers and that you've been bringing down. All right? That's the astrology. We're going to go on and pull some oracle cards first, and then we will pull some tarot. So let me show you all which oracle decks we're using. We are using, first up, the Sacred Power Reading cards. And then we're using the Keepers of the Light. And then we're using the Flower of Life, the Wisdom of Astar. This is by Denise Jarvie. Love this deck. They are all channeled messages that she received while she was meditating at various times. So it's really awesome energy. Okay, what do we have for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One card, please, for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One card, please, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Ooh, self-love. Look at that revelation of who she is and understanding and completely embracing. There's that inner child. Some of you may be needing to do some inner child work as well, but that divinity, that divine self that's within that being, that is just beautiful. Okay, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising from the Keepers of the Light. We have Krishna, devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. Oh, I love that. Self-love. Love yourself unconditionally as well, because the universe, spirit is bringing you that self-love, that unconditional love, and showing it to you. And again, I really do believe that there's some new spiritual team members that you have been working with before that are going to be coming to you. Okay, one more card, please, for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Ooh, I like this. Dive in. I'm going to read this to you. Dive in. Let us not be concerned with where we have come from or where we may be going. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and feel into the eternal moment happening now and now and now. Allow all to be as it is. Sink deeper into you. Fall into your grace. Dive in and allow the riches of you, infinite unconditional love, to be revealed. Let go. Let it be. Allow your treasure, your riches to shine brightly, shedding light into every part of you, illuminating any darkness, transforming it into love. Balanced energy that will reveal the very truth of you. Free yourself, Aquarius, from all that holds you back. When I see this, and I see that, I love the fact that there's Krishna here too. You tend to trust yourselves. I need you to trust yourself to even a higher degree in March, Aquarius. I need you to trust yourself to a higher degree. I need you to trust that when you're hearing, you're seeing, you're sensing, that all that you are is true and it's right. And you're not crazy at all. Okay? You're not crazy at all. Begin to love that self that allows yourself this higher thought of, man, I really wish I could do this, or I wish, I could really work in the spiritual space, or whatever the case is, entrepreneurship, whatever it is, right? Let those dreams come to pass, and love yourself enough, and know that you are more than enough, and know that you deserve the life that you are dreaming of. Okay, we're going to pull 5 cards. We're going to pull some tarot from the Light Seers Tarot. Of course, I did this upside down. And so the first card is going to be what the energy coming towards you. And we have the Chariot, so that could be Cancerian energy, but it tells me we're going to be fast moving. This month is going to go by very quickly for you. And there's going to be some very keen opportunities for you to really jump into purpose. I'm going to need you to jump. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. I need you to jump, because your next step will be shown to you. Energy you're bringing to the table is Knight of Wands. A lot of you are ready to go. A lot of you are ready to make that move. You're tired of being in the same place now. You're tired of all this stuff you've been dealing with. You're ready to get some new energy. You're ready to move. I love it. What could be an issue for you? Energy you have to overcome is the Seven of Wands, and we'll get some clarification on that. What's going to help you overcome that energy is the World. I can see where this is going, and I'm going to pull an outcome or advice. Ooh, the Hanged Man. I'm going to read that as reversal. Okay. The Chariot, fast moving energy. It's time to move. It's time to get going. The wheel is in your favor, coming towards you. Fortune is smiling on you. Okay. The Hierophant. Be dedicated. We talked about this dive in. Be dedicated to your spiritual walk. Be dedicated to the partnerships. Again, a lot of you are going to have some higher angelic visitations. You're going to have some ancestral visitations from ancestors you've not worked with before, but that have been waiting for you to ascend to this position and this point. And it's now time for them to show themselves to you, and time for them to help bring you back in, okay? To help bring all the other aspects of you back. Knight of Wands, this is the energy you're coming into this excited. You're coming into this like, yep, this is new. It's spring. It's time for everything to be reborn. Intuition, the Moon. This is Piscean energy. There's a lot of water energy. Again, take advantage of that new moon in Pisces. Definitely take advantage of that. And then we have the Lovers. There's some Gemini energy here too. Man, that goes right along with everything we've been talking about here. Fall in love with yourself. Fall in love with your divinity. Fall in love with your God and your goddess. Embrace it all. Embrace these entities that are coming to you, these energies. That's right, Chebe, receive it. Embrace it and integrate it. Integrate this new sense of love and this new knowledge of who you are. Be devoted to your spiritual studies. Be devoted to your meditation time. Be devoted to the time that you spend, like I said, studying, meditating by yourself in nature. Get out, right? Get out in nature a little bit too. Be devoted to that. Energy that could be an obstacle. Seven of Wands. So let's see what that's about. Why is this Seven of Wands here? Why is this Seven of Wands here, please? Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you might be a little bit defensive because you want to do it all yourself, and you might not be. With the High Priestess, I think some of you, you feel like you've trusted your intuition before and it didn't go well. With this World card here, I'm going to tell you that everything that you have, even if it seems like it didn't go well, they were lessons that you needed to learn. Nothing is without purpose. So take those lessons and don't doubt yourself, because that chapter of lack, the chapter of not being fully successful, of being on the precipice of success but never quite getting over the hump, Aquarius, is dead if you choose for it to be dead. It's done if you choose for it to be done. It's a mindset change. What used to be and what used to work and what used to didn't work in the 3D before, the 5D is now your spirit, man, your higher self, your true self is coming in and saying it's time for you to elevate. It's time for you to initiate. It's time for you to get up there and recognize that you are unstoppable. Okay? It's going to work. I need you to learn from those lessons and just tweak it. And some of you all are bringing people along and you're dragging dead weight. I just hate to tell you, but you're dragging some dead weight around. And you might need to rethink in the third dimension, okay, who it is that you're dragging along. The Emperor, it's time for you to stand on your own, and it's time for you to own your own. It's time for you to stand 10 toes down and say, this is who I am, and I'm going to rule over my kingdom. No one takes my power back. And with the Two of Wands, Again, you are choosing to allow those chapters to close and for the new ones to open. Outcome or advice, the Hangman. I'm reading this as reverse energy. You've waited long enough. Death or rebirth, you are becoming brand new. That's major arcana. It is your time. The Fool. This is all new stuff. You're changing. You've been changing. You have changed. Embrace the change. Embrace the change. Embrace your 5D. Embrace your spiritual self. Embrace it. Love it. Right? And use it. Sit in your power and use the power that you have been given, that you came here with. It's time for you to take your world over. It is past time for you to take your world over. Woo, Aquarius. That was good. And that was my last one of the 12. So you got a good one. Listen, thank you so much for being here with me. I hope that as you're watching this replay or you're here tonight, that I've earned your subscription. Please consider giving me a like and a share. It really helps the channel grow. And if you may have noticed, you may have seen here and there that we have Lightworker Academy. I opened Lightworker Academy late last year, and I am looking for 100 Lightworkers in 100 days. So I have a certification program for spiritual counseling and energy healing. There's a Linktree link down in the description box below. Just click on that. You can find my other socials, but also if you're interested in, applying for enrollment into Lightworker Academy, schedule a 15-minute call with me, completely free, and let's see if enrollment into the certification program makes sense. Thanks, guys, for being here. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love each and every one of you. Namaste. Bye.